Yahoo currently produces about 25 original video programs that are distributed on the Yahoo network. They're short form, so 3 to 5 minutes. That's kind of our sweet spot. We found that our users really respond best to that. And they're very, very successful. They're very deeply integrated with our content verticals, so they're part of the Yahoo content experience for a user. Primarily, we're really good at what I call our sweet spot, is the wrap-up show, the sort of what happened yesterday on TV, which would be Prime Time and No Time, or Sports Minute, which is giving everything the Yahoo sports fan wants to know in a minute, a very succinct sort of what you need to know today style. I think in 2011 what's exciting is we really want to grow the number of original videos we're producing and distributing, and we want to grow into new untapped areas for Yahoo, such as scripted, such as partnering with more tastemakers and big names in Hollywood that may have really cutting-edge creative ideas. And we want to introduce new and different things to our users and to the sponsors that we partner with.
And tell us about news. Tech Ticker's going great. What might be happening around business programming or news programming?
Absolutely. Tech Ticker, yeah, that's our pillar for Yahoo Finance. That really has come to be the mainstay of our original video in finance, and it's, you know, relied on by millions of our users for insight and advice. I think we're going to expand again, continuing the theme of expansion in original video with a show that is still in development, but so I won't name it specifically, but it's going to shoot multiple times a day, finance-oriented, really be of the minute, market updates and insight, and so it's going to continue that sort of first to know, you know, trusted and dependable advice that people have come to know Yahoo Finance for. News, I think, is the untold story of original content. We've birthed some very successful formats in 2010 in news. Who Knew, which is a very successful kind of quirky, short informational video about crazy topics that you may never have thought about. Where did olive oil come from? What is the Shroud of Turin? You know, that show has been wildly successful, and we're actually going to spin that off into other areas of Yahoo. But news, I think, as one of our biggest audience mainstays, has a lot of room to grow, and so we're planning on producing not only video that will serve hard news interests, but video that's humorous, video that approaches odd news, which we've got a great new odd news series, video that may address a number of topics, including the environment and technology. We're really kind of taking on whatever we think our users want and need in news.
So tell us about how this video is monetized.
The vast majority is sponsored. So that, and I think that's really kind of industry-wide right now, very much like the early days of television, where sponsors partnered with programming. We are partnering with sponsors to produce the best content experience for our users. Where the content really makes sense and there's a lot of user demand and it enriches our editorial experience, we're absolutely up for producing that content. And in some instances, that's what we'll do. You know, Tech Ticker, very successful sponsored program, but we started that off just because we knew the Yahoo user would benefit from it and love it, and so we started that off without a sponsor. And so similarly, I think we will be willing, you know, budget allowing, to take those risks on programming that we know will find an audience and then sell it. But I'd say right now on Yahoo, the vast majority of our content is sponsored, our original video.
Are you constructing things as the destination on the site, which, speaking about video, or do you see video being consumed in other places?
Absolutely other places. So syndication is a big part of the story, I believe, and brand building. So, you know, one thing I will say about our 25 shows is they're wildly successful, but many of them aren't known by brand. Tech Ticker being one of the exceptions to that. I want to build the brands of all of these shows because they are worthy of that, and we're going to work on doing that closely with our marketing team, and then syndicate them out and push them out into the web. And we already have those wheels in motion. There's no reason that great Yahoo experience shouldn't be available on a number of different platforms across the internet and even off the internet, you know, on taxi cab screens or even television. So we're exploring doing that and kind of bringing the best of Yahoo to the consumer wherever they are.
And what's the opportunity with Twitter? I know Twitter has a very deep integration with Yahoo. How could that develop, again, around video?
Yeah, I think right now we do partner with Twitter. We've got a partnership that expands across the internet, the media sites, and I believe Twitter, the opportunity with Twitter is to really capture that very timely wisdom of the crowd, and surround, for instance, we think of Twitter as something to surround a news story, to surround some of our original video content. What would be my dream is to have a piece of original video be, syndicated across the web, gain sort of virality on Twitter, and have the Twitter community driving people back to the video. So it forms a loop of distribution and discussion and community. I will also say Twitter is an important marketing vehicle. And it already has shown, for instance, in an original we did with Ben Stiller, and it's still available on Yahoo, starring his parents, Jerry Stiller and Ann Mira. Ben, when that launched, tweeted to his some 2 million followers, hey, go check out Moms and Pops on Yahoo. And that's going to be increasingly important, that loop of community that we were talking about on the panel. When you follow someone, specifically on Twitter, they have great ability to influence what you're watching and where you're going on the internet, and we plan on being part of that.
I should also say that some of the digitality are convinced, exactly as Rupert appears to be, that this is a totally new medium that's separate from the web and such.